this video, but you can always find it on YouTube. My dear sister, do you really mean that you are looking for a husband, or you are looking for a man to satisfy your physical feelings? There are people who will come and tell us that, no, I found this guy and he's real, coach. He's real. He's just speaking the language I want. Let me tell you, marriage is not success. To be married, you can meet a man here on Facebook. You can meet a man on TikTok. And they can be so true. And you can marry them. And they can marry you. But I want to ask you a question. How many men and women do you know that had the royal kind of a wedding are no longer living together? So marriage is not the end game of a relationship. Some of you think that as long as I'm okay in this relationship, and as long as he's promising to marry me, and he's in Tunisia, and I'm in Canada, he's in South Africa, and I'm in Kenya, he's in Uganda, and I'm in Saudi, and we are talking okay, we are okay. He calls me every time. He tells me that once my contract is finished, he's going to marry me. And you're thinking that you are succeeding with that relationship. I want to tell you something today that you might have never been told before. Marriage is not success of a relationship. Don't look for a relationship to be married. Look for a relationship to be happy. Look for a relationship to grow. Look for a relationship to live a longer life. Look for a relationship to have a peace of mind, not to be married. Marriage is not the end game of a relationship. People have married queens. People have weddings that people were only invited, invites only kind of a wedding. But today, as we speak, they are not together. So if you're telling me that, coach, but you're saying, on TikTok and Facebook, but my friend married the guy that he met on Facebook. Let me tell you something. There are so many marriages today as we speak that if the husband or the wife will sit with you on a table and open up and tell you how they are feeling inside those marriages, you will never even think about being married. You will forget about marriage altogether and you will say, better I stay single. If this is what marriage is, better I stay single. What am I trying to say? My brothers and sisters, if you are 100% sure that what you are looking for is marriage, a partner to get married to, a partner to have a peaceful life, a partner to have a life you can celebrate when you get old, stop looking for men and women on social media. Here, most of us are jokers. Those accounts that are telling you come meet and mingle, they don't care about what is going to happen in your life after that meet and mingle. They care about how many people are going to follow them that day. They care about how many flowers they got from you people. They care about how much money they made that night when they were meeting you with another guy. Somebody is in Bahrain like I am, and I'm meeting you with somebody. I'm meeting two people. One is in Saudi, another one is in Uganda. I don't know her. I don't know him. I met them on social media. They sent me some pictures and told me I'm working. This is my earning. I'm earning in this company. I don't have any background checks. Then after you get these people, you're coming to me, that coach, I have a question. I wanted you to coach me. That my sister, what kind of a question? What do you want me to coach you about? I met this guy and he's promising to marry me. Let me tell you, my sister and my brother, marriage is not the end game of a relationship. There's something beyond marriage. Marriage is just the climax of a relationship. It is just the climax. So being married to that person, you have not succeeded. It's not a success. It is the climax. It is the start of a relationship. You might find yourself burning inside that relationship. You could find this person on TikTok or Facebook. He might lie about himself and tell people this and that, and learn relationship work, and they are so sweet, they are good, they're doing what you want them to do, and then you get married. Once you are inside that relationship, you find out that this guy is a bank robber. Yes, he has money, he's driving cars, but he's robbing banks. This lady only told us on TikTok that she has 2 kids, only to find out that this lady is divorced 10 times. The lady is telling you that, I'm single, I have 2 kids. Is it the end of the story about her? Can't you find out to figure out 2 kids, like how? What about your past? Who asked about those things on TikTok? Nobody cares. What we only want to know, do you have kids? Yes, I have kids. What about your past? What about his past? No relationship starts on social media, guys. If it has to start on social media, people have to scrutinize each other properly. And I've always said that if you have to get a relationship on social media, find somebody from your own country. Find somebody that it won't take you millions of money or thousands of money to take a ticket, flight ticket to go to their country. Because let me tell you something, guys. It's a funny thing. Imagine I am a Kenyan and I met you on TikTok and you are from, uh, uh, let's say you are from, where can I say, Cambodia. Okay, most of the people don't even know there's a country called Cambodia. So as a Cambodian, we meet. I'm from Kenya, you are from Cambodia. So I'm in Bahrain. And what is happening is we start a strong relationship and it's chat and chat. It's a long distance relationship over the phone. And I'm chatting you properly. I'm giving you time. We are helping each other with ideas and we are growing each other. Then we now want to meet. You've never met this person even one time. For you to meet them, you have to sacrifice. Buy a ticket and move. Like, for example, maybe we say, let's meet in Kenya. So this lady is going to come from Cambodia, take a flight to Kenya. When she's in Kenya, she knows nobody. She knows nowhere. She only knows me. And once she's there, she has no powers. It's only me. So if I was a thug, if I wanted to sell her kidney, if I was only looking to maybe use her, what will she do? She's already in Kenya. Where will she go? She knows nobody. Only me. Perhaps she doesn't even have a flight ticket back to Cambodia. So she depends on me. If I choose not to buy that ticket, she's going nowhere. No serious relationship is made out of social media. Very few, 1% or 0.9%, you'll get somebody who is serious, somebody who means business, and somebody who can give you a true relationship. Number 3, social media accounts and posts might be a curse. Let me tell you something. My dear sisters, I will start with you guys. Sometimes you are thinking that those crop tops, I was told that they are called crop tops, right? The crop tops, the ones that, leaves your umbilical cord down there. It's half of your top. I was told they are called crop tops. I was doing a live here one day and they told me it's called a crop. If I'm wrong, you guys correct me. You are looking so good on those crop tops. You are looking so good on those makeups. You are looking so sexy on those pictures that you are taking, looking something behind there. Okay? You have a camera in front of you, but you still want this camera to capture your face and capture something down here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're trying to show us. I want to ask you a question. If I was looking for a woman on TikTok or maybe on Instagram or maybe on Facebook, and I come across your account with those crop tops, with those pictures like showing some things there, right? With some pictures that are so revealing, what do you think comes into my mind? I don't want to speculate. I'm asking you guys, and you can comment down there. I'll be waiting for your comments. You are going through social media because you are searching for a lady, you are a man. And when you're scrolling, crop tops, revealing clothes, pictures showing face, and what do you think comes into your head as a man? Some people want us to assume that you just need to understand, you need to grow up, unafaa kuchanuka. Kenyans say so, that unafaa tu chanuke. Let me tell you, anything that you are doing and is controversial is not right to do. Anything that you are doing, but you doubt it, you wear a skirt, and you still have to pull it down every time that you're walking, means there's a problem. You wear a top, but when you see people coming, you want to put your hands in front because you want to protect your, you have to put your hands in front of you. There's a problem. Your social media account can send wrong men to you, and you will be blaming these men, yet you invited them because we have what we call the force or the power of attraction. You only attract the kind of a person you are. When you work on yourself, when you're dressing properly, when you are doing everything right. One day I used an example and I asked Kenyans who live in the Middle East, I asked Kenyans that how many times the women that we see walking around the road here get people hooting, okay? Beep, 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 beep. How many times the women who dress on, the Islamic attire, the full dresses and the hijab and covering themselves, how many times do they get drivers hooting for them? I asked those people who are here, those people who live in Arab countries, even here in Bahrain, nobody hoots for these women. It doesn't mean that now you need to go to cover yourself with the hijab and you don't practice it. What I'm trying to put something in your head that when you respect yourself, you attract the people who are respectful. But right now, somebody told me it was sad when I was watching one of the videos. Now, there's a group here. There's a good guy here. I've never met this guy, but he's here in Bahrain. He's called, I think, Kamati Roho Chafu, something like that. Kamati Roho Chafu. You guys know this guy, right? So this guy has started a Facebook Live to expose some of the ladies that come from Africa that are doing some bad jobs here in the Gulf. So he's exposing them. So he goes live and goes to a certain site and searches for ladies and try to know if they are selling themselves. And he exposed it on Facebook. So when he was doing that expose, somebody said that these ladies have made it difficult for us nowadays when we are walking. These even Indians are just lapping our butts. Something that when I was in Bahrain in 2015, guys, I want to tell you guys, I came to Bahrain back in 2015. And I want to tell you something. Africans were really, really respected. We were so disciplined. You knocked an office, you got a job on the spot. You could not hustle. For us, we came in 2015. I did my contract, it was done. I changed my job after 2 years. I was changing not because I was in a bad job. I was in a good job, but I wanted to get out of that and get a new experience. You could send your CV today, the next day you get a call. You go for an interview. The way you present yourself alone could hire you. Back in 2015, Africans knocked offices and you got job straight away. Whether you're coming from Kenya, Ugandans were very few here, Nigerians were very few here. Most of the people here were South Africans and Kenyans in Bahrain. South Africans, Kenyans, and Tanzanians, and Sudanese. And that time, changing job was like changing clothes for Africans. Today, as we speak, as an African in Bahrain, for you to get a new job, it's a task. You will hustle unless you go for those small jobs down there. Especially if an African woman who's called a Kenyan, it's becoming difficult. Why? Because of some very few people, not everybody. So how you present yourself, why were we attracting those jobs? We were disciplined. Africans used to go to job every time. You could find even the companies like where I was working, all the top management was British, and there were some Indians and some Bahrainis and Egyptian, and then the second level of management were Africans because we were trusted. Today, my dear friends, unless somebody knows you and somebody had known you for long and knows your character, getting that job is not easy. Because right now, what we are attracting, and not all of us, just some few people who have messed, it has tarnished the image, and now it's making it very difficult. You've seen so many videos, Nigerians crying on the streets here. They can't get jobs. Some of them being rescued by some good humanitarians and giving them jobs. Some of them were dumped here on visit visas. Bahrain is no longer changing visit visa into employment visa. There are some scrupulous agents in Africa who just take people, millions and thousands of people, and throw them in Gulf. No job. You've been thrown here on a visit visa. You are thinking that you have an employment visa. You come here, you stay 1 year, no job, no food, nothing. And outside here, as I tell you, in my laptop now, I can read outside right now, it's 42 degrees Celsius. 42 degrees Celsius. That is a temperature no one has ever experienced in all over the Africa. You have never experienced that kind of temperatures. So if you don't have a job, how are you going to get an AC to quench your thirst? How are you going to buy cold water to drink? You attract who you are. Be disciplined. Dress well. Dress to the occasion. Treat yourself well. Give yourself what you deserve. Eat well. Move well. Speak nicely to people. Greet people with respect. When you find somebody over there, help them. Be somebody who can give life to people who are not known. When you're working somewhere, when you leave, let there be hope for other people to get positions in that company. When you are posting anything on social media, let there be hope for other women to learn from you. Let there be hope for other men to learn from you. Let there be hope that can restore somebody who is losing it. Let your post help somebody to know that tomorrow is another day. I did not get it today, but tomorrow I'm going to get it. Let somebody find that peace that he never had because of your post. Be somebody who can give life where people are thinking there's no more life. It was a beautiful time with you guys, and I hope you guys are doing great. I hope this video made you something, gave you something, in your heart and in your life. I'll be taking some questions, so those who are on TikTok can request as a guest to ask those questions. And my dear friends on YouTube, thank you for coming. May God bless you. Guys, remember, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch this video. It will be available, and many, many other videos that have been on my TikTok, they will be there. And as usual, I'll be taking some questions from you guys here on TikTok. So if you have a request, you can request your question, and I'll go ahead, answer it, and then I can get to those who are on YouTube. You can listen to the answer that I was going to give, because maybe you will not listen to the question that is being asked here on TikTok, but you can ask your question in the comment section, guys, on YouTube, because I can read them. TikTok comment section is has everything. So true, Saudi Arabia nowadays don't want Kenyan women. They bring from Mali, Cameroon, Congo. All right. Chebet is saying, just off the topic, is Tom Boyer, the journalist, your brother? You look alike very much. Maybe he's my brother from another mother. Thank you. How to join WhatsApp group? Joining my WhatsApp group, if you want to join, you can join it through the link on my bio. If you cannot get that link from TikTok, you can go to my YouTube channel and you will get it on the bio on YouTube. The link is there, my TikTok link, and you will get it on the bio on YouTube. The link is there. Sorry, guys, I was just trying to check if the YouTube voice is working properly, and it is. So, respect yourselves. Thank you so much, Kat. How do we read that name? Kat Nauroka, I guess. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Self-discipline is the fundament. Okay, thank you for coming. I read your comment on YouTube. So, do we have any guest? If we don't have, we will be good to go, or I'll get into another topic. What time is it? We've been here for 1 hour. We can go another 30 minutes. There's no problem. So I'll be taking your questions. Don't be bothered about which kind of question you want to ask. You can ask any question, guys. A relationship, social media. If you are somebody who's posting something on social media and you are in doubts, you can ask so we can clarify to you. Maybe you are twerking and you want to know if you are doing the right thing by twerking on social media or on TikTok. You are right to ask, and I'll be taking those questions right now. So what is your question so that we can answer you? Thank you guys for liking. A lot of likes over there. May God bless all of you. I like your advice. Big up, bro. Thank you, Gucci Girl. Gucci Girl says, I like him. Right? Mapula says, hi, hi. Hi, hi. Hi, hi to you. Same here. Okay, much respect, sir, from Medina. Medina, thank you. God bless you too. I respect you too. So, guys, the most important thing is knowing how you can respect yourself in wherever you are, in every position that you hold. Respect yourself. Respect is the fundamental, to everything that you want to do. What's the conclusion overall? I don't know what kind of conclusion you want, brother or my sister. I don't know. There's somebody called Akuzike Bills Kaira. What's the conclusion overall? In terms of what? What's the conclusion overall? In terms of what? So that was a beautiful time that we had together watching from Dubai. Jacqueline Jackie. Be blessed too. Deshuva D. I read your comment on YouTube. Thank you. Be blessed too. God bless you. Conclusion is based on yourself, brother. I cannot conclude for you. I only teach you. Are you a brother or a sister? I don't know. This guy is asking me what is the conclusion based on the topics today. The conclusion, you're going to make it yourself. Jacqueline Ellis, I see you as well. Thanks for coming. It's big time, ladies. We respect ourselves and our bodies. That is something that we should not even be reminding ladies, even the men as well. We got to respect ourselves. You wanna do things that give you respect. I know we have freedom of everything. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of posting. We have freedom of wearing my dress, my choice. But you want to ask yourself that where can that cloth land you? Where can that cloth put you? Is it putting you in a space where people can respect you and you can also respect yourself? When you are wearing something that makes you feel like you're not comfortable, you wear some shoes that when you're walking, you even doubt whether you will reach where you are going to. It doesn't make sense. You're going to try to make yourself look better and good. How to handle the situation when you have grown up, you want to get married, but you don't see a serious man. Jackie is asking a very beautiful question here, that how do you handle a situation when you have grown up as a person, yet you're not getting any man who is serious? Jackie, Could you please, you know, request so that I can ask you some question? Because when you tell us that you are grown up and you are not seeing any man who's serious, I wonder, I wonder how comes you're not seeing a man who's serious? Like, what's happening? This is not true, and I always don't believe it. Just the same way a man will come and tell me that, you know what, coach, I am grown up, I'm ready to get married, but I'm not getting a serious woman. That is a lie. This is a big lie. The thing is, you are thinking you are grown up, but there's something you're not doing in yourself. Somebody says that akuzike builds kaira. Does it always mean that everything you post tells who you are, or it depends? What does it depend on? Why do you want to post something you don't believe in? Let me ask you. I have never seen someone who is just posting. For somebody to post something on social media, it means either they want to entertain or they believe in it, they want to send a certain message. So anything you post on social media tells who you are. It doesn't matter when you're trying to hide, like, you know, it depends. It depends with what? You cannot put something on your social media if you don't believe it. Your social media is part of your life. It is like your house. You cannot buy something you don't want to use and put it in your house. So, Jackie, I have never believed or accepted that we don't have serious men or we don't have serious women. Do you know, Jackie, let me tell you something. Do you know that there's a man somewhere who sees you not serious? Do you know, my sister Jackie, that there's a man somewhere who is feeling that you are not serious? There's a man today that if we will sit with and we ask her, what do you think about Jackie? We'll say, Jackie, no, 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 no. That is not a woman you want to marry. Do you know that that is possible? And that is why in your mind also, you have the men you are seeing around you, you feel like they are not mature enough. You feel like they are not serious enough. But I want to ask you a question. Is someone getting married today? Yes. Is someone being engaged today? Yes. Is someone getting seduced today by another serious man? Yes. Is a lady today giving birth with their man beside them? Yes. So sometimes your environment, your place, the place you've been growing through, has been giving you this kind of vibes of a kind of men who don't believe in what you have done. Sometimes you've grown with them, you have been around them, and therefore you have seen all the things they do, and you don't feel like this is what you want for your relationship. It doesn't mean that there are no serious men. They are there, but the environment where you are cannot allow you. That's why I was teaching here one day and I said, sometimes for you to succeed, you need to change the environment. Right now, people who are in Europe and doing what I'm doing here on TikTok are earning a lot of money than what I earn here. They earn through their videos. As long as you watch a video on TikTok, they get money. But here I'm in Bahrain where you don't earn on videos. You earn depending on what you are doing as a professional. So if I change my location, for example, if I want those millions, I have to go to Europe. The moment I land in Europe and I post one video, I get thousands of euros. I go to the United States and I post one video, I get thousands of dollars. Here I don't. Does it mean that I will say that, oh, using TikTok doesn't help? It does. You don't grow on TikTok. You don't get money. No, it means the location where I am is not allowing me to earn as those who are earning out there. Some of you you have never been to church, you don't know even anything about church, then you want to get saved because you want to get married. Some people always say that, Now that I want to get married, let me start going to church because I want a good woman. Let me tell you, church is full of pretenders just like you who is going to pretend there. Let me tell you, if you do not work on yourself, if you do not become honest with yourself, God is not a God that is going to give you somebody you don't deserve. When you are finding yourself with the wrong people, I'm telling you guys, and listen to me, there is something you are not doing right. You are not patient enough to wait. You are thinking that you are ready to love, but not yet. You are not yet ready. You are thinking that this is the time that you need to find a man, but God is saying this is not the right time. So you are looking around and saying that, oh, there are no men, no serious man. But it is God who's still holding you not to see that serious man, because God is thinking, this is my dear woman, a lady who has worked on herself. I don't want her to just get any other man. I'm still holding her here to be patient so that I can prepare the best man for her. But because we are rushing, oh, mom is telling you that, hey, whenever you go home, when will I carry my grandson? When will I carry this? Oh, when will you get married? Your friends, or everyone is gone. So you are feeling pressure. Your doctor is telling you that, you know what, it is okay, it is good to give birth when you are still in your 20s. When you give birth when you are in your 30s, the kid is not going to be that intelligent. So you are chasing the time frame that the doctor has given you. You are not asking God, when is my right time? That is why you are only seeing people who are not serious, because it is not yet the right time. There's something you haven't done. That's why you're attracting people who don't belong. Work on yourself. We too went through the same. We attracted wrong people and we ended up nowhere with them. It's not only you. I'm not that good person who got my love relationship right. I have dated some people that I've broken up with. And it was because of rush, because of the sad, because of friends, because colleagues, because you went to a disco dance and your friend, a guy who's a friend of yours, has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend came with another lady. And now this lady is alone, and you are there with your friend, and the disco is hitting and everything is, so you start dancing, a little bit when you are dancing, and this lady is, you're asking her, what's your name? Where are you going to school? Blah, blah, blah. So are you dating? And she's like, no, or I am dating, but I don't like my boyfriend. And then you exchange numbers. The relationship starts. You didn't even know you are going to get a woman. You are not even ready for it. So most of us don't prepare. We just get ourselves in relationships. And when they're not working, we start accusing people like, oh, no serious men around nowadays, no serious women around nowadays. What are you doing to prepare yourself to get that serious man? How serious are you? You think that just having a job as a woman, because you can buy your car, that means that you are serious, ready to get a man? There are so many things that you need to work on. Some of the things that we can talk about the whole day.